So you heard about these new laptops Apple put out. A lot of people talking about them. People are big on the M1 stuff. And it's not just the MacBook Pros and the MacBook Air. Now, everyone's changing out all this stuff because these new chips, people love them. They say they're fast. They say they're cool. They say Apple's got control over everything now. I love it. It's in my system. No more Intel. So you might be wondering how they achieved this or what changes were made to the previous models in order to accommodate these new chips. You would think it would have to be some type of overhaul in order to do this. Turns out, not so much. They kind of just slapped this baby right in there. And if you scroll down, there's actually, the Verge put one of these cool sliders where you can slide over the previous version of the MacBook Pro and the new version. You see the slider. I mean, don't you love when the websites, they do that?
Oh, yeah.
It's so satisfying. You just swipe it over like that. Anyway, so you have the old and you have the new, and they're virtually identical. That's the UFC meme with virtually the weight of the two contenders virtually identical. You don't remember?
Oh,
that?
yeah.
I think it was. What was his name? He doesn't work for the UFC anymore. I can't remember his name right now.
Mike Goldberg.
Mike Goldberg.
Yeah.
Well done, Will.
I mean, I know.
Well done. You know him personally? You guys pals?
Yeah.
Cool. So anyways, that goes for the MacBook Pro, but it's also the same for the MacBook Air. This is like practically a drop-in replacement. Just pull the chip, put the chip, pull the chip, put the chip, and get all the improvements. Now the fan on the Pro model looks essentially the same, though the way it's working will be different. And then on the Air, they just get rid of the fan.
Yes.
That's a beautiful thing. I might have to pick up that Air. Just get rid of the fan. It's wonderful.
Yeah. No
Better
air.
chip. No air for the Air.
Yeah.
The Air doesn't need the air. It is the Air. Incredible stuff. So anyway, if you were curious about it, there you have it. They figured out a way to make it almost modular without having to do a complete overhaul. Now, my question becomes, now that they have a little bit more time and they have the silicon, did they go back and really think about the architecture, the rest of the unit, and have we even seen what they eventually want to do? Probably not, right? Well, if you're a company like Apple, you're always working towards that next thing and how you're going to implement it. But for the time being, your MacBook Pro is essentially the same. You just slapped in some new silicon.
Yeah, if you can maximize the space, you know, re-engineer it.
Because you would assume you'd have different cooling requirements. You'd have all kinds of different thresholds that where you now have extra flexibility because you shifted to the M1. You have more control. So it's really the next generation of MacBooks that's going to be the one to look at. However, this is still exciting in the meantime.